What's up everyone, it's Teja here, and in this video I'm going to teach you a simple technique in Java. So it's been many days since I uploaded a Java video tutorial, and finally in this video I'm going to teach you a simple technique in Java called sorting. So what is sorting? Well, sorting is a technique that we use in order to sort the elements of the given array, either in ascending or in descending form. So there are generally two techniques of this sorting, and the first way is selection sort and the second way is the bubble sort. So in this video I'm going to show you how to sort the elements of an array using selection sort, and then I'm going to show you how to sort the elements of the array using bubble sort. So firstly, let me show you how to sort the elements of an array in ascending order using the selection sort technique. So I'm using BlueJ as usual, and let me create a new class here. And let me name the class as selection sort, and then let me declare a method as test, and inside this method let me initialize an array int arr equal to, and then let me give some initial or some default random values. Let's say 2, 8, 15, 1, 24 and 13, and one more, let me say 4. So as you can see, I have given some 7 random values to the array arr. So 2, 8, 15, 1, 24, 13, 4, or the values that I have assigned to the integer array named arr. So now I'm going to show you how to use the selection sort technique in order to sort out these elements in ascending order. That is, the smallest numbers come front and the biggest numbers come later. So let me explain you clearly. So let me consider this rectangular box as the array that we have taken, and this contains 7 elements, right? So I'm going to separate these. So what are all the elements that we have taken? It's 2, 8, 15, 1, 2, 8, 15, 1, and then it's going to be 24, 13, 4. 24, 13, 4. So these are all the elements of the given array, that is the array named arr. So this rectangular box is the array arr, and this is the 0th position of the array. This is the first position of the array. This is the second position of the array. This is the third position of array, 4th, 5th and 6th. So now the element 2 is in the 0th position, the element 8 is in the first position, the element 15 is in the second position of array, and the element 1 is in the third position of array, element 24 is in the 4th position, the element 13 is in the 5th position, and the element 4 is in the 6th position of the array. So in this technique selection sort, what we are going to do is we're going to take the first element of the array, that is the element present at the 0th position, which is 2 in our case, and we're going to take this array and we're going to check this with the next element of the array, that is the element present in the first position, which is 8 in our case, and we're going to check whether this array that is present in the first position is less than the 0th position element. So we're going to check 8 is less than 2. So we're going to check if 8 is less than 2. So since 8 less than 2 is a wrong statement, we are not going to make any changes with this array. Alright, and then we are going to check this thing. We're going to take this the 0th element, and then we're going to go to the next thing that is here, and we're going to check whether 15 is less than 2, and this is a wrong statement, so we're not going to make any changes with this. And then we're going to go to the next element, that is the third element, and we're going to check whether 1 is less than 2. So this 1 is less than 2 is a right statement. So what we are doing is we are going to exchange the positions of this 2 and 1. That is, the 1 is going to come to the 0th position and the 2 is going to come to the this third position. So 1 is going to be in the 0th position and the 2 is going to be in the third position. After that, we're going to take the value 1, and what we are doing is we are comparing the value 1 with the next element of the array, that is the 24, and we're going to check whether 24 is less than 1. So this is the wrong statement. We're not going to make any changes. And the control goes to the next element of the array, that is 13, which is present in the 5th position. And in the same way, we're going to check whether 13 is less than 1. And since this is the wrong statement, we're not going to do anything. And then we're going to go to the 6th position, that is the final position of the array, and we're going to check 4 is less than 1. And once again, this is the wrong statement, and we are not going to make any changes with this. So this process, that is this technique, is repeated n times. Here n stands for the number of elements in the array. So in this case, the number of elements is 7. So we're going to say n equal to 7. So in our case, the n equal to 7, that is the number of elements present in the array, is equal to 7. So we're going to iterate this technique 7 times, and after iterating this technique 7 times, like after performing this technique 7 times, we're going to have our sorted array. That is, we're going to have the array in ascending order. So let me show you programmatically how to do this. Oops. Sorry, okay. Now here I'm going to start a for loop, and I'm going to say for int I equal to 1, and I'm going to say int I less than or equal to n, and I'm going to say I plus plus. So what is n here? N is going to be the number of elements in the array, which is 7 in our case. So I'm going to initialize the value of n as 7. So inside this outer for loop, inside this for loop, we're going to start another for loop. I'm going to say for int j equal to 0, and I'm going to set the limit as n minus 1. So I'm going to say int j is less than n minus 1, and then I'm going to increment the value of j by 1 every time this for loop is executed. So how many iterations are we going to have? We're going to have n minus 1 iterations, which means we're going to have 7 minus 1, that is 6 iterations inside this for loop. So inside this for loop, we are actually going to perform the technique that I have explained you earlier. So let's do this. Firstly, I'm going to declare a variable k, and then I'm going to initialize the value of k as j plus 1. And after that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to declare another variable a, and then I'm going to say int a equal to arr of j, and then I'm going to say int b equal to arr of k. So what I'm doing here is I'm storing the jth value of the array, and I'm going to store that value in the a. And here in this statement, what I'm doing is I'm actually storing the kth value of the array into the b. So when j equal to 0, the value of a is going to be arr of 0. So arr of 0 implies the first, that is first element of the array, that is the element present at the 0th position, which in this case is 2. So when j equal to 0, the value of a is going to be 2, and the value of b is going to be arr of k. K here is j plus 1, which means 0 plus 1, and this implies that k equal to 1. So in b equal to arr of 1, which is 8 in this case. When j equal to 0, the value of a is going to be 2, and the value of b is going to be 8. That is the next element in the array. So in such a way, we're going to store the values like this, and here we're going to check if b is less than a. Then what we're doing is we're interchanging the positions of the elements. So I'm going to declare two temporary variables. I'm going to say in temp1 equal to a, and then I'm going to say in temp2 equal to b. And here what I'm going to do is I'm going to interchange the positions of these elements. So what I'll be doing here is I'll be saying arr of j equal to b, and then I'm going to say arr of k equal to a. So in such a way, I'm going to interchange or exchange the positions of the two elements a and b, and this we are doing only if b is less than a, as I've explained you earlier. So in such a way, we're gonna repeat this. As you can see here, we're gonna repeat this technique, this inside technique, n times, that is 7 times, that is the number of times equal to the number of elements present in the array. So after these 7 iterations, what we're going to have is we're going to have a sorted array in the ascending order. So let me print out the array after all these things. Let me start another for loop actually. Let me say for int d equal to 0, d is less than n, d plus plus, and let me print out the resultant array. And now let's compile this program. It says class compiled, no syntax errors. Let me so here we go. This is the sorted array and this is yielding good results. 1, 2, 4, 8, 13, 15, 24. So this means that we have all the values of of the array in the ascending order. So that worked, and this is how the selection sort works like. So now let me explain the bubble sort technique in Java. So let me create a new class and let me name this class as bubble sort. And let me declare a method, and here let me initialize an array. Let me say int arr equal to, let me give some values, some random values once again, 2, 1, 47, 15, 36, 48 and 12. So as you can see, I've assigned some 7 random integer values to the array named arr. So now I'm going to show you how to sort these elements in ascending order using the bubble sort technique. So let's get started. So let me explain you this using the sketchpad powerful Windows tool. I think this is really useful. Anyway, so let's once again consider this rectangular let me consider this rectangular box as the array once again, and this array consists of 7 elements. So I'm going to separate these elements like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So now I'm going to name the elements. 2, 1, 47, 15 is going to be 2, 1, 47, 15, and then it's going to be 36, 48, 12. 36, 48 and 12. So these are just the random values that we have assigned to the array arr. Now let me show you how to sort out these elements in the ascending order. That is, the smallest elements comes first and the largest elements comes next. So what we are going to do in this technique bubble sort is that we are going to take the 0th position. So once again, this is the 0th position, 1 position, 2nd position, 3rd position, 4th, 5th and 6th. So what we're going to do in this bubble sort is we're going to take the element which is present in the 0th position, which is 2 in our case, and we're going to check this with the next element, that is the element present in the 1st position, which is 1 in our case. Then we're going to say if 1 is less than 2. Alright, so if this condition is true, if this condition is satisfied, then we're going to exchange the values, or we're going to exchange the positions of the corresponding elements. So as you could see, 1 less than or equal to 2 is a correct statement. So we're going to exchange these values. That is, 1 is going to come to the 0th position and 2 is going to come to the 1st position. So the 1 is going to be in the 0th position now, and the 2 is going to be in the 1st position now. Now after that, we're going to check this thing. So as you can see here, this is going to be 2 here, right? It's going to be 2 here, and here it's going to be 1. Alright, now we're gonna check this thing, and we're gonna check this with the next element of the array, that is the array present in the 2nd element, which is 47 in our case. So what we're doing here is we're going to check this thing. We're going to say 47 less than 2. So this is a false statement. So once again, if the statement is not satisfied, then we are not going to make any changes with the array. So we're going to let it as usual, and then we're going to take this element which is present in the second position, and then we're going to check this with the next position, with the next element of the array, that is the element present at the third position, which is 16 in our case, and we're going to 15 in our case, and we're going to say 15 less than 47. We're going to check if 15 less than 47, and once again, as you can see, this condition is satisfied. So it is satisfied, so we're going to exchange the places of 47 and 15. We're going to shift the position. We're going to shift 15 to the second position, and then we're going to shift 47 to the third position. So let me do so. Here it's going to be 47, and here it's going to be 15. So, and next what we're going to do is we're going to take this element in the third position, 47, and we're going to check this with the element present in the next position, that is in the fourth position. We're going to check if 36 less than 47. And yes, once again, this statement is satisfied and it is true. So we're going to exchange the value of 47 and 36. We're going to interchange the positions. So what we're going to have here is we're going to have 47 in the fourth position, and then we're going to have 36 in this position, in this third position here, that is in the place of 47. So, and then we're going to take this fourth element, the element present at the fourth index, and we're going to check it with the element present in the fifth index once again. So we're going to say 48 is less than 47, and yeah, this statement is not satisfied, so we're not going to make any changes with the array. And similarly, we're going to take the fifth position, the element present at the fifth index, and then we're going to check it with the next element, that is element present at the sixth position, and we're going to check 12 is less than 48. So this condition is satisfied, which means that we have to shift the position of 12 and 48. So I'm going to interchange the position of 12 and 48. Here it's going to be 48, and here it's going to be 12. So this is the technique of bubble sort. So we are going to iterate this technique n-1 times. So using a for loop, we are going to perform this technique n-1 times. And what is n here? N is once again equal to the number of elements present in the array, which is 7 in our case, since the number of arrays present in our the number of elements present in our array is 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So n equal to 7, and we're going to perform this procedure, this technique, 7 minus 1 times, that is 6 times. So let me explain you programmatically how to sort out these elements using the bubble sort technique. So here let me start a for loop, and let's say for int I equal to 1, and before that let me initialize the value of n, which is equal to 7, and here I'm going to say for int I equal to 1, I is less than or equal to n minus 1. So what we are doing is we are going to iterate this outer for loop n minus 1 times, that is 6 times, and then I'm going to increment the value of I by 1 every time this for loop is executed. Alright? Okay, so inside this outer for loop, I'm going to start another for loop, and I'm going to say for int j equal to 0, and then I'm going to say j less than n. Oh no, you have to say j less than n minus 1. So you'll know why I have placed n minus 1 instead of n here later in this video. So let me keep n minus 1 for now, and let me increment the value of j by 1 every time this for loop is executed. Alright, so now let me declare another variable k as integer data type, and let me initialize the value of k as j plus 1. And then let me initialize int a equal to, let me store the value or present at the 0th, that is the zth index of the array. So I'm going to say arr of j. So int a equal to arr of j, and then I'm going to say int b equal to arr of k. So this is similar to the previous program, that is a selection sort program. What I'm doing is I'm storing the value or present at the jth index of the array in the variable a, and then I'm going to store the value present at the j plus 1th index of the array, and then I'm going to store that into the b. So when j equal to 0, the value of k is going to be 0 plus 1, which implies 1, and the value of a is going to be arr of 0, which means 2, since 2 is the element present at the 0th index of the array, and the value of b is going to be arr of k. So since the value of k is 1 here, so the value of b is going to be arr of 1, which means 1. So since 1 is present at the first position of the array, so in such a way we are storing these values in the elements a and b, and then we are going to check the condition as usual as we used in the selection sort program. We're going to check if b is less than a, and if this condition is true, what we're doing is we are going to shift the position of the elements as I've told you. So I'm going to use two temporary variables. I'm going to say int temp 1 equal to ea, and then I'm going to say int temp 2 equal to b, and then I'm going to shift the values of I'm going to shift the places of these elements. So I'm going to say arr of j equal to b, and then I'm going to say arr of k equal to a. So in such a way I'm going to shift the values of I'm going to shift the places of a and b if at all b is less than a, and if b is not less than a, then I'm going to perform nothing, because we need not make any changes if this condition is not satisfied. So that's it. That is how we are going to do it. Now outside this outer for loop, let me start another for loop, and let me display the elements of the array. Let me say for int d equal to 0, d is less than n d plus plus, and let me say system dot out dot print arr of d plus a space. Alright, so I'm printing the dth element of the array, of the sorted array, and let me compile this program and let me test it, and there we go, it yielded good results. So the elements of the array are actually sorted, and we used the bubble sort technique in order to do this. So these are the two types of sorting in Java, that is the selection sort and the bubble sort. So if you have any doubts regarding this video, feel free to comment below, or you can even email me at anonymoushacker156@gmail.com. and for more of Java programs, you can check out my blog at bluejforicac.wordpress.com. so both the link to the blog and my email address will be in the description below, so go check the description. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to leave a thumbs up below. Cheers. If you're watching this on your mobile, click on the bell symbol and you will be notified every time I upload a new video. Hit the subscribe button for more videos. Like my Facebook page at facebook.com/techraj156. Follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/techraj156. Visit my website at techraj156.com. Thanks for watching. Cheers.